bizarre historical beliefs about human sexuality that shaped civilizations in the sacred temples and scholarly academies of ancient civilizations, where the mysteries of human reproduction, desire, and intimate relationships were studied with the same intensity as astronomy and mathematics. There developed some of history's most extraordinary and influential theories about human sexuality, elaborate belief systems that attempted to explain the fundamental forces of attraction, fertility, and physical intimacy through combinations of religious doctrine, medical speculation, and philosophical reasoning that would profoundly shape laws, social customs, and cultural practices across entire civilizations for thousands of years. This is the investigation into how ancient societies developed complex theories about human sexuality that seem utterly bizarre by modern standards, yet were accepted as scientific truth by the most educated minds of their time, leading to social institutions, legal codes, and cultural practices that controlled intimate human behavior based on beliefs that had no basis in biological reality, but wielded enormous power over the daily lives of millions of people. Today, we explore the medical manuscripts, religious texts, and legal documents that reveal how misconceptions about human sexuality became foundational elements of civilization itself, creating elaborate systems of social control, religious practice, and medical treatment that demonstrates humanity's long struggle to understand the most fundamental aspects of human nature and relationships. Our investigation begins in ancient Greece around 500 BC, where philosophers and physicians developed the theory of the wandering womb, which claimed that women's reproductive organs could move freely throughout the body, causing various physical and mental ailments when the womb became displaced from its proper anatomical position. Greek medical texts describe how physicians believed that an unsatisfied womb would literally wander through a woman's body seeking fulfillment, causing hysteria, fainting spells, and various other symptoms that could only be cured by marriage, pregnancy, or specific medical treatments designed to attract the wayward organ back to its correct location. The wandering womb theory led to elaborate medical treatments, including the use of pleasant scents applied to the genital area and foul odors placed near the nose, based on the belief that the displaced womb could be lured back to its proper position through olfactory manipulation that appealed to the organ's supposed preferences and aversions. Ancient Greek legal codes incorporated the wandering womb theory into laws governing marriage and women's legal status, with the belief that unmarried women were inherently unstable due to their unsatisfied wombs, creating legal justifications for male guardianship and restrictions on women's independence and social participation. The influence of this bizarre medical theory extended throughout the ancient world, with Roman physicians adopting and expanding Greek ideas about female anatomy, creating an entire medical specialty focused on treating womb-related disorders that were believed to be the root cause of most women's health problems. Moving to ancient Rome around 100 AD, we encounter the development of complex theories about male sexual energy and its relationship to physical strength, intellectual capacity, and social status, leading to elaborate practices designed to conserve and channel masculine vital forces for maximum effectiveness in warfare, politics, and scholarly pursuits. Roman medical texts describe the belief that male sexual essence contained the fundamental life force that powered all masculine achievements, with excessive loss of this vital energy through intimate activity leading to physical weakness, mental decline, and social failure that could destroy a man's capacity for leadership and success. These theories led to the development of elaborate training regimens for Roman soldiers and athletes that included strict rules about sexual activity, with detailed schedules governing when and how often men could engage in intimate relationships without depleting the vital energies needed for military and athletic excellence. Roman legal and social customs incorporated these beliefs about masculine sexual energy into broader cultural practices, including marriage laws, military regulations, and educational systems that attempted to optimize male performance by controlling and channeling sexual behavior according to supposed scientific principles. The Roman emphasis on sexual energy conservation influenced architectural design, with public baths, gymnasiums, and military barracks constructed according to principles that were believed to help men maintain their vital forces while providing appropriate outlets for controlled sexual expression that wouldn't interfere with their civic duties. In medieval Europe around 1200 AD, Christian theologians developed elaborate theories about the relationship between sexual desire and spiritual purity that combined religious doctrine with medical speculation, creating belief systems that profoundly influenced legal codes, social customs, and individual behavior throughout Christendom. Medieval medical texts describe the theory of sexual humors, which claimed that intimate desires and activities were controlled by various bodily fluids that needed to be maintained in proper balance through careful regulation of diet, exercise, and sexual behavior according to principles derived from ancient Greek medicine and Christian theology. The medieval church developed complex doctrines about the spiritual dangers of sexual pleasure, teaching that excessive enjoyment of intimate relationships could corrupt the soul and prevent spiritual salvation, leading to elaborate rules governing marital behavior and religious practices designed to minimize the spiritual risks associated with physical intimacy. These religious and medical theories influenced the development of medieval law codes that regulated intimate behavior through detailed rules about acceptable sexual practices, marriage customs, and social interactions between men and women, creating legal frameworks that attempted to control human sexuality according to supposed divine and scientific principles. Medieval architectural practices incorporated beliefs about sexual energy and spiritual purity into the design of churches, monasteries, and private residences, with specific spatial arrangements believed to help residents maintain appropriate sexual behavior and avoid the corrupting influences of excessive intimate desire. Ancient Chinese civilization developed sophisticated theories about sexual energy as a fundamental force of nature that needed to be carefully balanced and conserved through specific practices designed to maximize health, longevity, and spiritual development according to principles derived from Taoist philosophy and traditional medicine. Chinese medical texts describe elaborate systems for understanding the flow of sexual energy through the human body, with detailed maps of energy channels and specific techniques for directing intimate forces to enhance physical health, mental clarity, and spiritual enlightenment through controlled sexual practices. The Chinese imperial court incorporated these sexual energy theories into official protocols governing the emperor's intimate relationships, with complex schedules and procedures designed to optimize the ruler's vital forces while ensuring the production of healthy heirs according to supposed scientific principles about masculine sexual energy and reproductive timing. Traditional Chinese architecture and urban planning reflected beliefs about sexual energy flows, with buildings, gardens, and entire cities designed according to Feng Shui principles that were believed to channel intimate energies in ways that would enhance fertility, health, and social harmony for entire communities. Ancient Indian civilization developed complex theories about sexual energy as a spiritual force that could be harnessed for religious enlightenment and personal transformation, leading to elaborate practices that combined intimate techniques with meditation, yoga, and other spiritual disciplines designed to achieve higher consciousness through controlled sexual expression. Hindu medical texts describe detailed anatomical theories about the relationship between sexual energy and various bodily systems, with specific practices recommended for channeling intimate forces to enhance physical health, mental development, and spiritual progress according to ancient Ayurvedic principles and religious doctrines. The integration of sexual theories into Indian religious practice led to the construction of temples with elaborate sculptural programs depicting intimate activities based on beliefs that proper understanding and expression of sexual energy was essential for spiritual development and divine connection. Islamic civilization developed sophisticated legal and medical frameworks for understanding human sexuality that combined religious teachings with Greek medical knowledge, creating comprehensive systems for regulating intimate behavior according to supposed divine commandments and scientific principles about human health and social order. Medieval Islamic medical texts include detailed discussions of sexual health and behavior based on theories derived from ancient Greek sources, with elaborate recommendations for maintaining physical and spiritual purity through controlled intimate practices that were believed to optimize both individual health and social stability. The influence of Islamic sexual theories extended throughout the medieval world through trade networks and intellectual exchange, with Islamic medical knowledge about human sexuality influencing European, African, and Asian societies through translated texts and scholarly communications that spread these beliefs across cultural boundaries. As we examine the medical manuscripts, religious texts, and legal documents that preserve these ancient theories about human sexuality, we discover how civilizations throughout history attempted to understand and control the most fundamental aspects of human nature through elaborate belief systems that combined religious doctrine, medical speculation, and philosophical reasoning into comprehensive explanations for intimate behavior that seem utterly bizarre today, but represented serious attempts by our ancestors to comprehend the mysterious forces of human attraction, reproduction, and desire that continue to shape human experience in ways that remain partially mysterious even to modern science.